Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on when you're seeing this video. So we're going to go over this study guide because your guys' test is next class time I see you. So I'm going to go over probably about 2 problems from each little section. And there's about 60-something problems on here. And if you can knock out most of these, you will make A on the test, like no problem. So there's exactly 60 problems, and some of these you may have not quite seen before, or maybe you have, but if we haven't went over it yet, I'm going to go over it in this study guide. But everything that's on this study guide will prepare you for your test, and if you know how to do everything on here and you feel pretty good about it, then your test should be pretty straightforward. So here we go. Points, lines, and planes. Number 1. Name 3 collinear points on line Q and on line S. So on line Q, which is this line right here, this is line Q. So this line right here, this is line Q, says name 3 collinear points. Collinear means they're all in a straight line. So if you're on line Q, what 3 dots would line up? It'd be I, L, K. So you have, for number 1, you could say for line Q would be I, L, K. And then for line S, so this line right here, line S, is actually has 3 dots on it as well. They're all in a straight line. So if you name those points, it would be J, L, and H. And you can put that in any order you would like. So for line S, it would be J, L, and H. Okay, number 2. And then I'll move on. Or no, I'll do number 3. Number 3 says, name the opposite rays on line Q and line S. So on line Q, the opposite rays would be LK and LI. So if you write that down, it would be LK and LI. Remember, when you put the symbol for a ray, the arrows have to point to the right. Okay, a lot of y'all probably struggle with that. Okay, they have to point to the right only when you're talking about rays. All right, so I'll let y'all do the rest in that first little section here. So let's look at number 6. Name 3 collinear points on line O. Okay, we just did that in the previous one, so I'm not going to do that one. Did opposite rays. We know what collinear points are. All right, so let's do that last one. This one should be pretty straightforward. Number 10. How many points are there on line J? Well, where is line J? Here's line J, up here in the corner. So this one right here is line J. So how many points are there on line J? I would say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this answer there would be 4. Okay. Now remember, collinear means they are all in a straight line. Okay, they're in a straight line. Let's look at number 11. Name a point that is collinear with the given points. So if I'm looking at O and S, which ones would be collinear? There's only one of them. It have to be on that same line. So which other point is on line OS? OS and Q. So you would put and Q. All right, let's do number 13. 13 says U and T. So if I'm looking at U and T, okay, which other one is on the same line for U and T? R. I think those are pretty straightforward. You guys should be able to get that. About 15. Name 3 points not collinear with T and V. So not collinear means not on the same line. So T and V. So TV is right here. So not on the same line. So you could literally say any other dot except for Q. Okay, and you gotta name 3 of them. So you could say U, S, P, O, or R. Okay, because it says non-collinear. So if it was collinear, you would say Q. But we're asking for non-collinear, okay, because it says with T and V. So that means anything that is not on this line, would be non-collinear. So you could put an O, a S, a U, a P, or an R. So I'll write down all of them. It only says name 3, but we're going to put all of them. We got O, S, P, U, and R. All right, name a point that is collinear with the given points, 16 through 20. That's the exact same thing as 11 through 15. I believe you can do that. Okay, this one looks a little bit more fun. This one's talking about coplanar. So it's almost like collinear, but this one's coplanar. So look at 21. It says, name a point that is coplanar with AEJ. AEJ. So AEJ is talking about this surface right here. This one right here that I'm highlighting in yellow. We're talking about that surface right there. So what is the other point that is attached to that surface? Be F. So you got A, E, and J. A, E, and J. What's the only other one on this surface? A, E, and J. Be F. F. All right, let's look at 23. 23 says, name all the points that are coplanar or non-coplanar with A, C, D. So we have A, C, D. So A, C, D. So we're talking about this surface back here, A, C, D. Okay, so this surface back here. So I'll highlight that for you. So this surface back here, or up front, depending on how you kind of perceive it. Okay, talking about that surface right there. Which dots are not on that same surface? Because that's what non-coplanar means. So you could say F, J, I, or H. Because H is on the back side or the very front, depending on how this looks to you. Okay. So this H is not attached to the guy that's in the back. Okay, he's on the front right corner or the back right corner, depending on how this looks to you. Okay, so you could say all points would be F, J, I, and H. So we would say F, J, H, and I. For number 23. You can do number 24, basically the same thing. Let's read number 25. Where do plane ACH, so ACH, so this top surface here, and plane IDC, so this surface over here. So we're talking about this top one right here, and then we're also talking about this blue one right here, so on the side here, okay? So we're talking about those two. Where do they intersect? Okay, so where do they touch? They touch right here. This is where they meet up, okay? Where the yellow one meets up with the blue one is right here at CH. CH. So that would be your answer there. CH. CH. They intersect at CH. I think you can get the other ones. The other ones should be pretty straightforward. Name a plane, I'm looking at number 27, name a plane that is coplanar with E, D, and I. Name a point that is coplanar with EDI. So EDI, EDI. So that would take up this surface on the very bottom, EDI. So what other point is attached with EDI? That would have to be J, EDI, and then J. So you put a J there. And just keep on going. I think y'all can do that. Let's talk about down here at 33. Find the distance between point K and point M. So I'm at point K and point M. Find the distance there. So this should be pretty straightforward. Okay, you got one jump, two jumps, three jumps, four jumps, five jumps. So if I jump 5 times, that means the distance is 5. Okay, that should be really easy. You just count the hops. Okay, there's 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop, 4 hop, 5 hops. 5 hops to get from K to M. All done. Now, if it would have said M to K, the answer would be the same. The answer would be the same. So if it was even backwards, the answer would still be 5. All right, so let's look at some other ones. Let's look at 36. Find the distance between L and N. L and N. So that would be 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 3. All right, let's look at number 40. Find the distance between K and Q. So I'm looking at K, I'm looking at Q. So find that distance there. So we got 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hops, 4 hops, 5 hops, 6 hops, 7 hops, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hops. 17 hops. Let's double check it one more time. Let's go backwards this time. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. So my answer would be 17. All right, you guys should be able to do the rest of those. Those are super easy. Y'all should get all those right. Segment addition. This one could be a little bit harder. Not too bad. So we have 41 says PR is 24. So from P to R is 24. So that total distance is 24. Okay. And it says QR is 8. And this guy here is 8. It says, what is PQ? Well, if I know the total is 24, and I take away this guy right here, I'm going to be left with PQ. So you have the total distance, which is 24. You've got the distance here, which is 8. And I'm going to take away 8 from that total distance of 24, and it would leave me with what's left over. So for this one on 41, you would do 24 minus 8. What would that give you? Well, 14, 1, 8 to 14 is what? 6? Your answer would be 16 for PQ. All right, let's do 44. So I'll do the last one there for you. It says PQ. So PQ is 24 is what it's saying. And then it says PR, P to R. Again, I'm looking at 44 down here. Looking at 44 right here. Looking at 44. Again, that's PQ is 24. So this little guy here is 24. And P to R, so the big guy, is 45. and it's asking for Q to R. So it wants to know this guy. I know the total altogether is 45, and I know this little guy is 24. So I have 45. If I take away 24, it'd leave me with what this guy would be. So you have 45 minus 24 comes out to be 21. So QR is 21. Hopefully that makes sense. I believe you guys can do the other two. I'm going to do number 46. P, A, and Z are collinear, so that means that they are all on the same line, straight line. Okay, so I'm going to draw that for you, straight line. Where this is P. Next sentence says Z is between P and A. So I know P and A are at the end, and Z is somewhere in the middle here. So I'll put Z right in the middle. Draw a diagram and solve for X. Given that ZP, so from Z to P, so this guy right here, Z to P, this guy right here is 6X minus 13. So 6X minus 13. And then ZA, so ZA here is 9X plus 27. So 9X plus 27. And then AP, so from A to P or P to A, whichever you want to call it, the total distance from here to there is 3X plus 74. So what that means is you can set up an equation, okay? You could say that this guy, this little part here, plus this guy right here, if I put them two together and I add them together, it would give me the total distance, which we know is 3X plus 74. So let's write that out. We have 6X minus 13 plus 9X plus 27 equals the total distance, which is 3X plus 74. Now we have to solve for X using algebra, which we learned from Algebra 1. 6X and plus 9X gives you 15X on the left side here. And then you also have to put together your minus 13 plus 27. So if you have 27, you take away 13. Should get 14. And then the right side stays the same. It doesn't change yet. Now if you look at this problem, we have x's on both sides of our equal sign. Okay, we have them on both sides of our equation, our equal sign. So that means you got to move either this guy here or move this guy here to the other side. I would suggest moving this 3x to the other side. Okay, so in order to get rid of it, we have to subtract it from this side. And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. And 15x take away 3x is 12x. Now it's just a two-step equation. We should be able to get it from here. Got to subtract 14 from both sides. This should hopefully be routine by now. And then my last step is to divide by 12. X comes out to be 5. Draw a diagram and solve for X. There we go. That's what we did. X is 5. X is 5. You guys should be able to do the same thing I just did there on number 45. Okay? You guys should be able to do that. All right, let's look at angle addition. I'm going to zoom in here for you guys on number 47. The measure, that's what that little m means. It means the measure of angle. Okay, the measure of angle, STK. So STK. So this little guy right here, this little slice of pizza, if you will, okay? Let's see if I can get that highlighted for y'all. I'll get it in blue here. So this guy right here, okay, he is 28 degrees. And then the measure of KTU, KTU, KTU. So this other guy over here, this other big slice of pizza is 136. So this guy, KTU, this guy right here, is 136. Now it wants you to find, let's use this yellow color. It says it wants you to find STU. So it wants you to find STU. So that big angle. So in order to do that, you have to add up the blue and the pink together. Add them up to be able to get the yellow. Okay, so that's going to become 136 plus 28. Add that together. 8 and 6 makes 14. 3 and 2 make 5, plus 1 is 6. So the big angle is 164. So this guy is 164 degrees. All right, let's try another one. Let's go to one with some, is there any of them with algebra on there? No, there's none with algebra. Okay, so that's okay. All right, so I'll do number 50. I'll do number 50 here. It says the measure of angle EGH, oh no, find the measure of angle EGH. So EGH is what it wants us to find. It wants us to find this guy right here, EGH. That's the guy it wants us to find, okay? And it says if FGH, so the big guy, FGH is 174. So if this big guy here is 174, okay, so that's including everything here. If it's 174, and the measure of FGE is 44, this guy right here is 44, I need to find the pink. So in order to find the pink, if I know the big one, which is blue, the big one is blue, the outside, the big one, FGH, the big one is 174, okay? And if I take away the yellow one, I would be left with the pink one, okay? So take away 44 from this. 4 away from 7 is 3, and then your 1 comes down. So 130. So that means this guy is 130. This guy is 44, and the total distance from here to there is 174. Hopefully that makes sense. These should be super duper easy. It's just adding or subtracting. You're not even multiplying or dividing at all. It's just addition and subtraction. That's all you have to do. Keep moving along. All right, angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. Given the measure of angle 1 and find measure of angle 2. So complementary, not sure if I quite touched on that, but if you're watching this video, which I hope you are, you'll be able to know what that is perfectly and so easily for the test. Complementary means 90 degrees. Complementary, 90 degrees. That means that the two angles added together equal 90 degrees. So if I'm giving you a measure of angle 1 and I want you to find the measure of angle 2, all you have to do is take 90 degrees and subtract your angle, and you're done. So what is, and remember, you can use a calculator on this test if you'd like. I'm not going to take away a calculator from you at this point. So 90 minus 52, I believe that comes out to be 38. So the measure of angle 2 would be 38. So all you have to do is write down 90 and subtract your measure of angle 1 from it, and you're done. Down here for number 54, supplementary angles. Those ones are kind of like complementary, but it's double. So supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees every single time. Supplementary angles are 180 degrees every single time. So all you got to do is write down 180 and then subtract your angle from it. So if you have 180 degrees and you subtract 52 from it, you get 128. Okay, that's really, really hard to mess up. You can't mess that up. Supplementary means 180 degrees. Up there on number 53, complementary, 90 degrees. So please don't mess that up. You guys could be, y'all can get those so easily. You guys got that. So using the diagram, tell whether the angles are vertical angles or a linear pair or neither. All right, so I don't think I quite went over that just yet, but I'm going to go over it now. Vertical angles. Basically, the easy way to remember that is just their opposite. Opposite angles. Vertical angles are opposite angles. Linear pair, okay, side by side. Or neither. Neither means they're neither one of those two things. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this out. Angle 1 and angle 2. If I'm looking at angle 1 and I'm looking at angle 2. Angle 1, angle 2. Are they side by side? Yes, sir. So they are linear pairs. All right, look at number 58. It says angle 1 and angle 8. Angle 1 and angle 8. So I'm looking at angle 1 and I'm looking at angle 8. Are they side by side? No, sir. Are they opposite from each other? Well, the only one that's opposite to angle 1, opposite the other side, would be 3, and 3 ain't 8. So this would be neither. All right, let's look at number 59. 59 says angle 1 and angle 3. So angle 1 again and angle 3. I'm looking at these two guys. What are they? Are they opposite each other? Yes, sir. So these are called vertical angles. Okay, vertical angles. Okay. They are not side by side. Side by side means like right next to each other. I know these look kind of next to each other, but they're actually opposite each other. Okay, because they're on the opposite side. All right, you guys should be able to get the rest of those pretty easily, especially if you understand that a vertical angle is just the one that's opposite, and then a linear pair is side by side, and then neither is just on the other side of the planet. And I believe that's it. So you guys should be able to knock this out within like 20 minutes. This assignment. This is your study guide. If you guys can get all this stuff, I mean, you're going to be set for the test. You guys are going to be good to go. And remember, if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Anyways, good luck on your test and stay safe.